Hi guys, it's Davison here, co-founder of Crackit University and also co-author of Crackit 5 Steps to Creating Your Wow Chiropractic Practice. I just wanted to touch base with you. I'm doing some practice visits this week and quite a few really great topics have come up that I've been discussing, and I just thought, why don't I share some of this for you who weren't there at my practice visit. So one of the things I want to start off with is the area surrounding what we call the 5 V's of a wow practice. And these V's are really part of your USP and what makes your practice really, really special. So the first V is vibe. So I want you to imagine I come walk into your centre, and if I came to your practice, I'd be interested in what does it feel like when I enter? What kind of greeting do I get from your chiropractic assistants? And really when I walk in, am I greeted with a smile? Do they stand up or come out from behind the desk? What happens? Also, what do I hear? Is there music playing in your welcome area? One of the things I always say is please make sure that you're not playing the radio. And the reason this is so important is because the radio is really out of your control what your visitors, guests, clients, patients are going to be experiencing. And quite often there's the news. Well, let's face it, there's never any good news on that. It's always dull, depressing, bad news. So it's not really going to set a positive well-being vibe for your centre. So banish the radio would be my advice. But what do I hear? And also with the vibe, it's so important that I hear it every single time that I come into the practice. So with Steve and I in our practices, we had the Rat Pack, positive upbeat music that played not only in the welcome area, but piped all around the building as well. Also, what am I going to smell? When I walk in, what do I really experience through the sensation of smell? And really, there's no right or wrong. It's really up to you for your centre. Examples could be spa-like eucalyptus oil, it could be sandalwood, it could be flowers, it could be whatever represents you in your centre. But please don't just make it smell of nothing, because viscerally we're not going to have our senses touched. Also, from an image point of view, do I see a team who are in uniform? Are they branded? What gives me the vibe that I'm in a place where actually we've got a congruent team? And that takes me on to the next V, which is Velcro. Velcro sticks to Velcro. You don't have to persuade Velcro. If I was to get a piece of paper and a piece of Velcro and try and persuade them to stick together, it's just not going to happen. And it's the same with some of your team members and also some of the patients who want to come into your practice. So you can't be Velcro to everybody, but you can be Velcro to other bits of Velcro. So Velcro is about finding people who just absolutely love what it is that you're doing, that you're creating in your practice, and that you let go with love those people who really don't really resonate, they're not congruent with what it is you're trying to achieve. For us, we wanted spa-like, world-class chiropractic and massage care in a real sort of high-end, really world-class customer service way. We needed a dynamic team, we needed positive, we needed people who loved to serve with our intention. So sometimes we find ourselves with people representing us, whether it's at our front desk or in our team, who aren't necessarily congruent. And Steve and I have experienced that, and that's when really you find it's like pulling people up a hill that they don't want to go up. So let them go with love and find people who truly want to be with you. The next V is voyage, and this really describes the journey or voyage that your guests take from the minute they make contact with your practice right the way through to, in our case, they went on to wellbeing care as part of our wellbeing community. You should really be able to have a step-by-step voyage, the role the CA plays and the role that the practitioners play in making that voyage compelling and making sure that it's in line with the outcome that the guest or patient wants as well. The next one's visibility, and this was what I was sharing today in my practice visit, is that really many people say, well, I've just got started and so it's quite tricky, I expect to slowly build with my new patients. And I was saying to them today, no, this is a myth. Getting new patients should just be like turning on a tap. If I asked you to go and get me a glass of water, you'd just turn on the tap and hopefully, certainly in the UK anyway, the water would just flow into your cup. And it should be the same with new patients. We're looking for a strategy which is one external strategy and one internal strategy every month. Quite often, practitioners or owners go outside of the practice to try and find new patients. And the mistake here really is that you have a huge referral source, a source of new patients in your practice if you have a community. But we tend to kind of forget about that. So one of the things that I was sharing today was referral strategies, and I will actually do another video for you on it because it's so important that we are asking for referrals in the right way and at the right time, and also we're thanking for referrals in the right way and at the right time, to really make sure we get lots of those. As I was saying to my group today, you know, if they only concentrated on really giving people an amazing experience so they wanted to refer, they wouldn't have to go out into the community in the same way that they feel they had to, unless of course you want to go out and spread the message, which of course I highly advocate. And the final V is visceral. And this basically is the visceral reaction that someone gets to staying in your practice community. So they don't want to leave. They've come in, you've identified the problem, you've helped them get well, and now we're going to get them to stay well in the context of well-being care. And also remember, well-being is about their values and meeting their health aims, not us turning it into a hostage crisis and making them stay because we tell them to. Anyway, that's been a very quick overview of what we call the 5 Vs, and I really am passionate about helping people V up, as we call it, their practice, so that they get the practice that they deserve, the wow practice, the world-class practice, the practice that's fun and full of team members and patients who love what you're doing there. So until the next time, that's it from me tonight. Have a great evening, and I'll speak to you soon.